Don't miss the experiments on pages 45 and 46. Mysterious words and more on page 47. There are three main types of pollution: water, air, and soil. Water pollution occurs when bodies of water are contaminated by pollutants, endangering the plants and organisms that live in the water. Air pollution is the introduction of chemicals or particles into the air, which can cause harm to humans and other living things. Soil pollution can be caused by trash that isn't disposed of properly or acid rain. Both types of soil pollution can kill trees and plants and the organisms that depend on them to survive.
Why are you throwing all of that away?
I'm not hungry.
Wasteful. At the very least, you could put your plastic bottle in the recycle bin. Wow, is she the trash police?
Kind of. She's the captain of the Zero Waste Committee.
What's that?
We're keeping track of how much trash we make at meals by weighing the trash bags.
We're trying to get down to zero waste by reducing, reusing, and recycling. And we're composting our food scraps. Composting? What's that? We feed our scraps to worms, and the scraps turn into natural fertilizer for the garden. Ew! It's important. This is all about respecting the earth instead of polluting it.
She also likes an excuse to be bossy.
Come on, Megan. Let's go to the lake and visit JD.
I'm coming too.
Hey, look at that! Ducks! What kind of ducks are they? These are mallards. The males have green heads. The females are brown. Angie, look at that one! What's wrong with him? It looks like he got tangled up in some plastic.
It must be hard for him to eat like that. We need to get it off him.
Let's get him!
Oof!
Oops!
This is harder than I thought it would be.
We need help.
JD, we need help. See? There he is. See if you can lure him back on land with my lunch. Here goes. Well, that didn't work. And now he's got my sandwich.
How'd he end up with that thing on him?
Maybe that trash floated here from somewhere else. Maybe. Trash can take a long time to biodegrade. Biodegrade? Break down naturally.
Plastic can take 450 years to biodegrade. In America, plastic beverage rings are made of a special kind of plastic that breaks down over several weeks, though most wildlife can't survive being tangled up that long.
We should try to catch him again. We can't give up.
Where did he go? I think he went this way. Hey, look at this! Yuck, it stinks. What is it?
That's algae. It grows like this when there are too many nutrients in the water.
Nutrients?
Things like nitrogen and phosphorus. They make algae grow like crazy. Too many nutrients means too much algae. Wouldn't having lots of nutrients be a good thing? You can have too much of a good thing. Think about when people eat too much. They gain weight and become unhealthy. Same thing with the lake. Too much food makes it unhealthy too. Nature likes balance.
So why is there too much good stuff here?
It probably came from the creek.
Creek?
Sure. There's a creek just ahead that feeds the lake. Let's go check it out.
We'd better check in with Kyle first.
And I better get back to lifeguard duty. That creek is pretty long. You might have to go a ways to find where the pollution is coming from.
Did someone say pollution? We don't mind a long hike.
And JD will keep us safe.
It'll be an adventure.
An adventure? Count us in. I think I'd better come too. Don't you need to stay here and run the camp? I get to have adventures once in a while. Lorraine, you're in charge for a while. JD and I are taking these kids on a hike.
Wait for me. I'm coming too. Snap.
Ew, gross. Ugh, why does it smell so bad? Some of the algae is dying and rotting. Plants at the bottom of the lake are dying too.
Too much nitrogen creates a buildup of algae, a type of plankton that floats on the surface of water. Sunlight can no longer reach the bottom, so the plants there die. Could this happen to the whole lake?
Maybe, if what's causing this isn't stopped. Then let's stop it. How do we do that? The problem is too much nitrogen. That could be coming from sewage or fertilizer. The creek should be up ahead. I bet we'll find the answer if we head upstream. We found the creek!
And look, there's the duck!
Okay, let's follow that creek. Stupid duck. How'd he get that thing on him anyway?
It's not his fault. It's some stupid human's fault for littering.
Where did that plastic ring even come from?
I bet it came from over there. Snap. Look at all that trash. Ugh, it makes me so mad.
Carly, wait.
Hey, you. Stop.
Is something wrong?
Yes. Just look at the mess you've made here.
It isn't our fault. This mess was here before we set up camp. Well, a little of it might be ours. I put our trash in a bag, but I couldn't find a trash can, so I left it outside. It looks like a raccoon got into it last night.
He's right, Carly.
I don't see any trash cans around.
They're still responsible.
Carly, I realize this is very important to you, but let's stop and think for a moment. Instead of placing blame, let's think about what we can do to solve the problem. Maybe we could start over there. Well, some of the campers do get a little messy.
If there were trash cans around,
maybe they wouldn't be so messy. Then I'd have to empty them all the time.
It would mean a little extra work, but your campground would look so much nicer.
I bet more people would come to camp here if it was clean.
Maybe he'd understand if he saw how nice it could be.
That sounds like a good plan.
Come on, everyone. We'll help get this place cleaned up.
We will? I'll get some trash bags and plastic gloves. We did it! Yeah! This does look a lot better. You kids were right. I'm going to get some trash cans.
Now maybe other ducks won't get all tangled up.
Why are you taking more pictures?
Snap. I want to show my parents what I accomplished here.
Just you, huh? Come on, everybody. Let's get cleaned up and hit the trail.
Hey, look! The duck is back!
Oof!
Ouch! Honk, honk, honk.
Come on. Let's find what's making the green goo. What's wrong with those trees? They don't look so good. What's killing those trees? Was there a forest fire? No, this looks like damage from acid rain.
What's acid rain? It's rain that has acid in it from air pollution. Pollution releases chemicals like sulfur and nitrogen into the air. When it rains, these chemicals attach to raindrops and fall to the earth. This isn't the only way that acid gets into the soil. Acid can also be transported by fog, snow, dust, or smoke.
But what does it do? Acid rain damages the soil, dissolving minerals and nutrients that plants need. It damages the leaves, too, making it hard for the plants to get nutrients and water that way, too.
But why is it killing some trees and not others?
This is a spruce tree, which is a conifer. And this is a maple, which is deciduous. So what's the difference? I think conifers keep their leaves, needles, all year round.
And
Deciduous.
The other kind of tree loses its leaves in the fall.
So the needles on these trees stick around longer and get exposed to more acid. Exactly. Acid rain is damaging that maple tree too, but much more slowly than these spruce trees. Okay, but where's the pollution that's making the acid rain coming from?
Yeah, we're in the middle of the woods. There's no air pollution around here. But if acid rain can travel in clouds...
The air pollution that caused it could be a long way from here.
So what causes air pollution? Lots of things. Cars, factories.
What can we do to stop the air pollution and save the trees? Yeah, we don't drive yet, so we can't help there.
Maybe not, but if you're only going a short distance, you could suggest walking.
Or riding bikes. That's a good idea. Another big source of air pollution is power plants that produce electricity.
So if we use less electricity, we help reduce air pollution?
You bet. No wonder Lorraine nags us to turn off the lights when we leave a room.
Maybe we should turn off our computers when we're not using them.
And maybe we shouldn't hold the refrigerator door open so long while we decide what we want to eat.
We can help reduce air pollution even if we are still kids.
But first, let's find where all those extra nutrients are coming from.
And rescue that duck!
I think I see a clearing up ahead. Good. I could use a break. Is that a farm? Looks like it. I'm going to splash some water on my face. Braylon, be careful. Whoa! Braylon, are you okay? Yeah, I think so. What happened? The soil must be really unstable here. Looks like erosion. There aren't any plants to keep the soil in place.
Erosion happens when soil is moved by water, wind, or gravity. Too much erosion can remove nutrients and water from soil. Roots from plants and trees help hold soil in place. It looks like the farmer got rid of all the trees and bushes here. I bet when it rains, a whole bunch of this soil ends up in the creek.
I think more than just soil ends up in the creek when it rains. What do you mean? What do you think farmers put on their crops? Fertilizer! I think we found the problem. This is where all those extra nutrients are coming from.
So when it rains, the fertilizer ends up in the creek with the loose soil.
It flows down the creek and ends up in our lake.
Where it messes up the balance of things and makes a smelly green mess. What should we do? Ask the farmer to stop using fertilizer?
I don't think so. Crops need fertilizer to grow well. We could build a dam to keep the creek water from getting to the lake.
I'm pretty sure the lake needs that water. Maybe we could figure out how to keep the fertilizer from ending up in the creek.
Follow me. I have an idea. Let's go talk to the farmer. I don't get it. Why are you so worried about the creek bank falling apart?
The soil is polluting the water.
The soil? That's just dirt. It's dirt with fertilizer on it.
And it gets carried down to the lake. See? This is what it's doing.
That doesn't look right. It doesn't smell right either. I never meant to pollute the lake. It's not too late. We can fix this problem. Well then, let's get started. I see what you mean. That's erosion, all right. Plants can help keep the soil from washing away when it rains.
But there aren't any plants here.
No, there used to be trees here, but they made it too shady for my crops, so I cut them down. What about some bushes? Yeah, they wouldn't block the sun. I do have some bushes over by the house that I was thinking about moving.
What about flowers?
Sure, anything with roots to hold on to the soil. Some flowers would look real pretty.
We can help.
Not today, kids. We'd better start heading back to camp now. We could come back tomorrow. Yeah! Let's go, so we won't be in the woods in the dark.
Wait, look!
Kiddo, could you hand me that towel? Kyle, do you have your pocket knife? I sure do. Let's get this plastic off you, buddy.
Hooray! Honk, honk, honk.
We've had quite a day.
Yeah, we found where the trash was coming from.
And we cleaned it up. And we found the source of the water pollution, too. But we haven't fixed that yet. But we'll take care of that first thing tomorrow. We can drive here in the camp van. No! What's wrong? Driving here will add to the air pollution.
And kill more trees. We can ride horses here instead.
And still get here faster than if we walked. That sounds like a fine idea.
The next day,